Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
AKA one egg, four legs,
aka one salmon couchy, two fans of Fauci,
AKA two Jews, no harm in Killabrews,
aka two Sklars, dumb spars.
We're here. We are with you. We will be with you every day. This podcast is growing, which we appreciate. As we always say, if you haven't rated and reviewed it, rate and review it.
Do it. Let people know about it too. It's fun. I was walking in my neighborhood yesterday and saw some people that I just haven't seen because community gatherings aren't happening and whatnot. And a lot of them are watching the clips on our Instagram page. If you don't follow us on Instagram, at Sklar Brothers, follow us there. You can see our social media people have been putting some great
they're adding photos.
Producing some video and photos and stuff, really making these things come to life. So check those out there and like those, and we can keep doing them. Yeah. So should we jump into stories? Because we got good stories right now. Okay,
let's do it.
Eddie Hall. Do you know who Eddie Hall is?
I don't. I mean, I didn't before I knew this story.
Okay. A British strongman and former world's strongest man has described the moment that he confronted an intruder in his garden.
That's a mistake. That can't be on purpose.
Well, wait. Eddie Hall is 6'3", 410 pounds. That is an enormous 6'3", 410.
So remember when the Mountain, the guy from...
Hold on. The Mountain is part of this thing.
I love it.
All right? So just hold on. The Mountain has a place in this. That's half Thor Bjornsson. I know who the Mountain is. We're going to get into this thing. All right?
Yes.
Eddie Hall, 6'3", 410. Just remember that. 6'3", 410. Winner of the World's Strongest Man in 2017, was lounging in his backyard.
What does he do when he's lounging?
He's in a hot tub.
Okay.
When an intruder came in, and I imagine it's a very tiny British backyard. Like nobody unless you're
it's going to be made to look smaller because
he is
enormous.
So huge. It could be a huge backyard. It could be the biggest hot tub you've ever seen. This guy's going to make it look small.
It's going to look tiny.
Was lounging in his backyard when an intruder came in. I wonder if, and this is a question, Jay, did the intruder know whose house it was when he was intruding?
I don't know.
And
I'm going to say no.
What if you didn't? At what point do you abandon your desire to intrude? All right. If I was trying to break in a house and I saw 6'3", 410, Eddie Hall,
strongest man,
Eddie Hall just lounging in his thing, the first thing I would say would be,
"Oh my God, sorry. I thought I walked in."
I would even make it more cool and be like, "Beverly, is Beverly here?" Right. And then I would say an address that wasn't this address, but wasn't even an address. Is this 419 Mulberry? And they're like, no.
This is 867
but put the emphasis on the number.
Yeah.
Is this 419 Royal Valley?
No,
it's 419 Royal Valley.
This is 862 Cheshire. There is no Royal Valley.
Right, and then you I'm so sorry. I just got MapQuest.
Right.
I just map, and just be like, Waze kind of screwed me.
But this intruder was not like a young dude, right?
No.
It's an old man.
Right.
Old man. So he could be like, I'm senile. I'm losing it.
I'm sorry. I should remember when Alan Green, who has since passed away, a kid that we played baseball with.
Sweet kid.
In the middle of the game, his Zeta,
which is the Jewish word for grandfather,
just walked into right field.
Left field, I think it was left field.
Left field. He just walked into left field.
Because I was in center.
And you're like, Zeta, what are you doing?
You can't.
Not in the middle of it. I mean, middle of an inning. He's just walking out into left field.
God bless him.
Okay. You could claim the Zeta, I'm in left field here if you're this guy and you see this guy.
Right.
Instead, the old guy decides to put his fists up, put his dukes up in an old-fashioned way, and he wants to box this 410-pound giant, who, by the way, already training for a boxing match. So he's not just good at throwing telephone poles.
Yeah, he's good at throwing right hooks.
He can throw some haymakers, this guy, all right? Or putting boulders onto a shelf, all right? This guy actually can box the old man.
With one punch, he could, if we talk about boxing, he could put him in a box.
Well, with one punch, he could return him to the dust that he came from.
That's correct.
Just, I imagine if one
put him in a casket. Put him in a box.
I think one punch from 410-pound, 6'3" Eddie Hall could probably explode this guy.
Yes, probably.
The old guy wanted to fight Eddie, a 32-year-old married dad of two. Married dad of two. If someone enters your house and you're a married dad of two and you even have a dad bod, you might be able to punch this guy out.
Or you grab whatever you can and start wailing on him.
He's in his hot tub paying no attention to his two kids, I'm assuming. It's like, kids, dad's got to do whatever.
When you're world's strongest man, you just get a lot of time.
It's all about your body is essentially your Formula One car.
Right.
So people can't mess with it. No
They
one
can't tell you got to get out of the tub.
No
you
one-
can use anything that you
Exactly.
want to do as an excuse for you.
Dad's got to eat more. So kids, you got to
Dad's
got to
go out on his own.
Don't
for a little
touch
while.
that. It's dad's.
Daddy needs time to himself before he lifts this
Just
thing.
having a soak when this man, in walks a man who, unbeknownst to him, became his sparring partner. And this guy could just beat him silly.
Yes.
This guy walked into his house. So you have every reason to just destroy this human
Well,
being.
and I bet this guy, I mean, I don't know what the roided up situation is of World's Strongest Man
don't know.
competition.
We don't know.
I've seen some of them, and
Yeah.
I'm going to
A
assume
lot of
that's-
distended stomachs.
Right.
yes.
I'm going to assume that some of those, like when they take on that sort of reddish color and the skin
You're
is
like,
thin,
are
they
you tan or are you just red?
roided out?
I don't
Vein
understand.
in the head.
Everybody's got James
And-
Edward Olmos face.
So you're like, I don't know who this guy. So if that's part of it, I'm guessing this guy, Eddie Hall, wants to knock dudes the F out every day.
right?
Like without an excuse. And now you got a guy walking into his backyard.
If Eddie Hall is driving his tiny smart car, and I'm assuming he drives a tiny
Of
smart
course.
car. He
Of
has
course.
to drive a tiny smart car.
it's like the Incredibles.
right? Drives a tiny smart car. If he's driving a smart car and he lets someone in on the M4, okay, I'm
Yeah.
just throwing around highways in England,
Yes.
right? The A3.
Right.
He lets someone in and they don't wave. I'm sure he wants to like go pick up the car and throw
Just
it.
chuck it.
Right?
I think that's a competition in
Right?
the World's Strongest
If
Man, is to
he
pick up
see-
a car and throw it.
If he sees someone ripping down a BLM sign,
Yeah.
he's going to go nuts on the. I love that we're creating the most woke world,
Right.
the world's wokest, strongest man.
All right. So this old guy walks in the yard and he says, put up your dukes and let's
No,
do
he
some-"
says, let's do some boxing, which,
All
by
right.
the way, is not the way you say when you want to fight. So, like Kimbo Slice, when he used to, may he rest in peace,
Yes.
fight people.
Olive Bishalom.
Olive Bishalom. Kimbo Slice, when he used to knock people's eyeballs out in boat yards,
Right.
the first thing he didn't say was, let's do some boxing.
Well, isn't the day after Christmas Boxing Day?
It is. Hold it to the 26th, old man. He described the intruder as some crazy old man. He added, it just goes to show being who I am does draw wackos. So the security has been a number one feature for me. So definitely he thinks this guy just wanted to
break into his house and then get himself beaten up.
get his face broken.
Like this is a guy who wants to get hurt, who wants to feel something. in
It's
his
like-
life. he can't. He hasn't felt something in years, and he's like,
He's
I
in
want
a
to know.
loveless marriage. And he
I
wants
want to know if I can feel anymore.
do I have it anyway? His wife is beating it out of him.
Is it in me?
His wife is literally just
Figuratively beating it out.
Figuratively beating it out of him. So it's like when we went to go see our buddy Brad Meltzer, great author, New York Times best-selling author. He was doing a book reading at Book Soup. It was for one of his first books. It
A
was
book
like
reading, book signing,
signing,
book
right.
selling.
Book Soup is over in West Hollywood, kind of over by the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard, kind of catty corner from where the old Tower Records was across the street. Tower Records, there was Tower Records, and then there was Tower Books. That was
Talk about brazen at the time. Tower Records was like, not only are we going to do
we
records,
can get into books.
we can get into books.
Right. So Tower Records,
Tower Books.
Tower Books. And
Right
by the
down
way,
the street from Book Soup.
And by the way, Colin Hanks, who grew up in Sacramento, did a fantastic documentary about the whole, which I highly recommend going
Tower
to watch.
Records, yeah.
Tower Records, and how they got a little over their skis, and it kind of they went to Japan and thought they could take it over, and then it kind of screwed them. So now there is no more Tower Records, but Tower Books was there, and we were leaving Brad's signing, and we were walking back to our car, and we crossed by Tower Books, and there were all these people in line. A limo, it wasn't a limo, it was like a Toyota Camry
Right.
pulls
It
up.
wasn't a
Remember,
limo.
it was not a limo.
And this is before Uber. So,
Right.
So it just was like
Somebody
whose
driving
car
it.
driving him up?
Ken Shamrock steps out. And
Kem
we realized-
Shamrock, UFC.
one of the early UFC champions.
Stars.
Okay, stars of the thing. Steps out. He apparently wrote a book. Okay. He beat
And then he was doing his own book
His
signing.
own book signing.
Meanwhile, there were so many more people.
at this one than Brad's, and we were so mad. But like people would come up to Brad in line and say, "Can you sign this book for me?" And he's like, "Sure. Who do you want me to sign it to?"
Make it out to my
Make it
brother.
out to my brother Steve. And we thought, how funny would it be if there was a line of people after the Ken Shamrock,
book reading.
right,
and signing.
where people are lining up and just be like, "Come on, just choke me out." Well, who should I make it out to? My
do it.
brother.
Do it for my brother.
Put a thumb in my neck.
It's for my brother.
It's for my brother. That's what I thought. Anyway, I don't even know how we got onto that bizarre incident, but Eddie, in the wake of in his bizarre incident, Eddie installed a high-tech security system
Okay.
to put off raiders and overzealous fans. In the wake of it, you didn't want to have one ahead of time? You couldn't predict that this was going to happen?
By the way, world's strongest man, not stronger than a bullet. So I would put in an alarm.
Totally. And if that's not the best, like, you shouldn't have to pay for it, Eddie Hall. You should have ADT put it in for you and you do the commercial. Even the strongest man in the world needs an ADT, right? There you go.
We're writing commercials.
We're writing this. 400 pounds of rock solid mountain man can't protect you from a bullet, like you said, like ADT can. He said he also put in a cryo chamber to help with his training. Wait, what does that have to do with the alarm?
What does that have to do with the guy breaking in?
Right? What does that have to do?
Unless he was in the cryo chamber.
You're hiding in there and no one can get you in there. Maybe he didn't put the alarm in for training purposes. In case someone comes in, I can sort of keep
him on his toes, keep him alert.
Eddie said, in my old house, we had good security, but I had a lot of problems with people coming to the property at stupid hours asking for autographs and pictures.
What's a stupid hour?
For this guy, I don't know. What do you think?
Could be 8 p.m.
Could be 3 p.m. This guy could nap every day. He could be sleeping in the cryo chamber. We don't know. What's a stupid hour for him? I've had it where people have climbed over the fence and asked for pictures and autographs. That has to be terrifying.
Jesus Christ.
Like a paparazzi Dawn of the Dead.
Climbing over the fence.
Just zombie people asking for
Aren't
autographs.
people just like scared that they're going to get beat down?
As innocent as it might sound, it was quite worrying. Of course, people breaking into your house is not fun.
No.
That's going to worry you. It's not innocent at all. There are quite thick bushes on either side of this property, but it only takes one hole in the bush for someone to get through. Is this an old saying? It only takes one hole in the bush for someone to get through.
Yeah, it takes one hole in the bush.
He said it only takes one hole.
It's worth 2 holes in the hand. That's what Jesus said.
Takes one hole in the bush for someone to get through and do whatever nasty people do. Okay, now I was with him all the way until the last phrase there. Do whatever nasty people do. I mean, what does a nasty person do? Shit in his jacuzzi?
No, I think what he's saying
masturbate into his petunias?
No, he's saying like, look,
I can't think of anything nastier than that.
It just takes one person to climb over and have
do what nasty people do.
Okay,
I guess so, but nasty just made it sexual in a weird way for me.
He should just charge these people a ton of money for the autograph.
Right? You want to jump over the fence? 20 pounds. I'll sign
50 pounds.
50 pounds. I'll sign your thing. You made it over. That's what's going to cost. And then he can basically make enough money that he can buy a better security system, buy a higher fence, put barbed wire around the top.
I guess so.
I think that would work. Electric fence. Eddie is currently training for his Las Vegas boxing showdown with his rival Hafthor Bjornsson. Hafthor Bjornsson. You know, he's the mountain.
Right, he's a mountain, but shouldn't he be a full Thor?
He should be a full Thor at this point.
He's not a half.
He's a half Thor. I don't want
to see the full Thor.
Right?
But
full Thor is 13 feet.
That's a boxing match I would watch. That's a celebrity boxing match that I'm like, okay, let's see this.
I would love to see that match. By the way, I think that's how every World's Strongest Man should end.
With a boxing match. Top two guys
fight it out. Just two tired dudes who have been like, pulling trams with their nuts.
The mountain and the molehill.
Battling
it out.
The mountain and the molehill. I mean, they hate each other, these guys.
Do they really?
Yeah. So there's no love lost. Actually, Eddie Hall said about Hafthor Bjornsson, if he was on fire, I wouldn't piss on him. Well, I don't think he'd want you to piss on him. I think he'd want to put the fire out first, but still.
Shouldn't that be I would piss on him? Because it's like...
That said he wouldn't piss on him. Yeah, I don't know if that's like go get a bucket of water if the guy's on fire.
How tall is the mountain?
6'9", 450 is the mountain. 6'9", 450.
This guy's 6'3", 410.
He's got 40 pounds on him. He's got 6 inches of reach. It's gonna be a crazy fight just to see those two enormous dudes going at it. To me, it would be like it's like two tectonic plates. This is how mountains are formed.
Right.
Like they hit each other and then a mountain. And I feel like they could fight and a new person could come out of it. A new person could come out of it and be the world's strongest man.
That would be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I just love that this stuff is still happening. He's at home trying to do his own thing, Eddie Hall, trying to stay socially
distant. Did he knock the guy out?
He didn't. I'm sure he just said, "Get out of here."
Get out.
I should just get out of here.
Probably stood up and the guy
stood up and said, "For your own good, get the hell out of here."
Jeez.
All right, there's our first story.
All right,
first one down in the books.
Look, people are even for the sake of COVID at this point, get out of his yard.
Get out of this guy's yard. Okay, let him take a soak in peace. If his kids are going to let him take a soak and not be parented by him, you can do it too, old man.
He doesn't have to deal with you either. All
right. On the other side of the break, we got a great story about someone who is taken not wearing a mask to the next level of Audacity.
Right. It's already out there.
It's audacious.
And
but
by the way, we've heard over and over again that if we all just wore masks and locked down, we could be done with this in a couple weeks.
so for the people who are denying it, here is someone, I guess this will be your new leader on the other side of this break. It's in San Diego. Stay with us. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Mentioned a couple things. Top of this segment, we have a YouTube page. Go to YouTube, look up Sklar Country. All of the video elements that we've done here, the video episodes here, watch them, rate. I don't know if you can rate and review it.
Just
but
subscribe.
subscribe to it.
And we will be adding more and more videos from all of our paths of our life and all of our professional
We just have
life.
to get approved by YouTube on the page, and then we'll start to add those other elements back in. But subscribe to it now, and all the great stuff will be coming. August 15th, which is Saturday night, we're securing the guests. We're doing a live Dumb People Town at the Nowhere Comedy Club. You can look that up. If you go to nowherecomedyclub.com, the tickets will be available there. We want to sell that out like we sold out our stand-up.
I think they're capping it at 450, and our stand-up got up near 400, and Dan Van Kirk's doing stand-up.
His might get up near 400. So
us plus a good guest. If you want to be in on this, I would get in on this now.
Yeah.
I would really try to jump in on this and get it before it sells out.
So that's happening on August 15th. All right, should we jump into
let's
this?
go.
All right. Talking to you, San Diego, you whale's vagina of a beautiful town. When was the last time you watched Anchorman in full?
I haven't in a while.
I watched it over this past week when I was in Tahoe with other people. I was crying. It is a perfect comedy. Probably
Can you watch with your kids?
No.
No.
We watched with adults. It was
Right.
like 6 adults, and we were laughing so hard. I was literally in tears,
Losing
and I know the movie. I was
Yeah.
just in tears. Fantastic.
So
All right.
stupid. All
You're up next, San Diego, with a story that takes the audacity of
masking.
masklessness to new heights or lows, whatever you want
It's
to call
enough
it.
to refuse to wear your mask indoors. That's one thing.
When a business can refuse you service for not wearing a shirt, remember? No shirt, no shoes, no dies.
Spicoli.
And by the way, every time I watch that, Sean Penn's performance as Spicoli
In Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
continues to get better. It just, I laugh so
Was that
hard.
his first big role?
Probably. I bet he did like some after school special or some stuff
kid
like
stuff
that. But
before
like,
that.
this was his first, I think, large screen role. It is such a well played character that was never equaled by anybody after it. I mean, he set the bar for that and then walked out of that and then married Madonna. But I mean, the truth is,
It was brilliant.
it was brilliant and I love it. But the idea that no shirt, no shoes, even those guys know that you can't get served. You got to put your shoes on, you got to put your shirt on, and then you can get served in a restaurant. Like if
Didn't they walk in and then take them
they
off?
walk into it. But if you saw a guy came from the beach just in his bathing suit at a Red Lobster, he would get tossed.
You got to leave.
And even everybody there would be like,
yeah, get out.
put your shoes and put your shirt on. If you went to Golden Corral
Oof.
and somebody stuck their bare foot into the chocolate Wonderfall,
You'd be like, get out.
get him out of here. Even in Golden Corral, they'd be like, get him out of here.
I don't want to get hoof and mouth disease. There are probably other diseases already floating around in the chocolate waterfall at Golden
It's
Corral.
FDA regulation. So why can't that be a rule? No shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service.
That's it. It's not that hard.
And yet people
Or go through the drive-through if it's so hard for you.
people feel like it's an infringement, even when they saw, again, it's ridiculous that people feel like it's that weird infringement. Okay, it's a stupid line in the sand. Well, this is a story about a maskless idiot that takes it again to the next level. All right. A woman posted a photo of a Starbucks barista who asked her to wear a mask. What happened next will make you happy, then mad, then happy again.
Okay.
Amber Gillies. Oh, snap. We got an Amber alert, which I don't want to sidetrack this again,
Right.
but I have a bone to pick with Angie's List.
Yeah.
Do you know
yeah,
Angie's List,
I
which
do.
is the thing that you need a plumber, you need a handyman, you know that there's a list of people that Angie's List to me sounds too much like an Amber Alert.
So I don't know which came first. I think it's
Amber Alert came first. Angie's List came second. Angie's List sounds like these are handymen who have stolen kids.
No.
Here's a list of handymen that
No.
we don't want you to use
Right.
because right now they have a kid
Right.
that
That's
is
not
theirs. So don't hire
Who
this.
cares if they're good at fixing your
Don't
bikes?
hire this plumber because he's going to take your daughter.
Right.
So it's
It's
like,
like you have to go 500 yards from a school. Your name gets put on Angie's list. You're not
I don't
allowed
like. Am I wrong? She's got to change it. Don't you have like a middle name, like a Catherine or something like that? Catherine's list would be fine.
or Diane's docket.
People.
Something.
You know what I mean? Angie's list.
Diane's dossier.
Exactly.
No one's going to care. Once they know what it is, no one's going to.
Angie, don't you have a daughter or someone who can, you know what I mean?
I hope.
What seemed like that, it seems that old Amber posted a photo of the barista, Lennon Gutierrez, with the caption, "Meet Lennon from Starbucks, who refused to serve me because I'm not wearing a mask. Next time, I'll wait for the cops and bring a medical exemption." Now, I don't want to tell Amber how to write her post.
Yeah,
but
'cause she
I
seems-
kind of do want to tell her how to write her post.
She seems like she's crushing life at this point. and
Far
she
be it
seems-
from us
Right.
to tell her what to do, but maybe put the medical exemption first.
And then
So
why would you need to wait for the cops?
Right. I'm gonna next time I'll bring my medical exemption, and if that doesn't work, then I'll wait for the cops. Like, you can't do I'll wait for the cops and then bring the medical exemption. Are you gonna wait for the cops and then afterwards bring your medical
Because the
exemption?
cops will show up and be like, wait, what
What are they gonna do?
It's like our old bit, that old bit that we did about 5 little monkeys jumping on the
Yeah.
bed. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed.
One fell off, bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said
We said, I wonder what that
the
doctor
other
is
side
thinking.
of that conversation.
He's probably like, okay.
That's not a medical
That's not
question.
a medical question. It's the weekend. I'm with my family. I so wish you didn't call me with this, but here's what I'm going to tell
Don't
you.
have the monkeys jump on the bed.
Yeah, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Let's just do it like that. And, if you have other monkeys, just apply this logic to all the monkeys.
So here's the deal.
5 minutes later,
4 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said,
Did you not just hear what I told you 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it. And don't call me anymore. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, all right, I'm going to write you a prescription for Paxil because I don't know if there are monkeys.
I don't even know if there's a bed.
To me,
Who
you
has
seem like
that many
someone
monkeys?
who sleeps in a sleeping bag out in the yard.
Exactly.
And how did you get to own monkeys?
That's right.
How did that become something?
And that's
that
the
was
bigger
logical?
problem, is that anybody can own a monkey.
Right. So this woman calling the cops, they probably would have shown up at this point and been
Be
like,
like, go through
why are we here?
Go through the drive-through.
Buy me a coffee and leave me alone.
Okay. So here's what it is. Also, if you have breathing problems, you shouldn't be out in public anyway. I'm going to go ahead and bet her medical exemption isn't that she's so healthy that she doesn't need a mask.
Yeah.
That's not the medical exemption that we're talking about. Even if you've had COVID, there's a chance that you could get it. Even if you have the antibodies, there is a chance that you could get it again. So you have to wear a mask, dummy.
Just do it.
A stranger in Orange County, Matt Cowan, said he wanted to donate a few dollars to the barista in tip money, so he started a GoFundMe.
Good man,
GoFundMe.
Matt.
Good
All
man.
right.
Show him where the public sympathies
That's
lie.
how you beat the Ambers of this world.
As the photo on Facebook filled with hundreds of thousands of interactions and comments from people supporting the barista to tip money, eventually it hit, you ready for this? $100,000.
That is insane.
To be donated to the barista. Lennon said he plans to use that money to further his education and also follow his dreams of dancing. Yes, Lennon has dreams.
His dreams are to be far away from the Ambers of this world who
And
don't understand what it is to have
dance
real
his
dreams.
ass out of a Starbucks apron.
Good man.
And he can
Dancing
do it.
to the sunset for all we care.
Amber Gillies says she now wants half the money.
You do
Shut
not
up.
get that money.
No, you don't.
You want half that money? How dare you?
You don't get any of the money that was raised in response to your dumbass.
You might have the right to watch Lennon spend that money.
You might be able to watch Lennon get dancing lessons.
Right. You could probably get
from
it
the sidelines.
Maybe he'll comp you a ticket to his first dance show.
No, but
I would say she has to pay.
it was discrimination, and everybody is okay with it and enabling and rewarding that behavior, said Gillies. Amber. Gillies.
It's not discrimination
At all.
It is not discrimination at all.
It's a public health issue, and
it's a work
you're on the wrong
policy.
side of history and the wrong side of the argument.
And you're not at home. You're in a place of business. And if the business decides, look, here's the deal. If a business decides, hey, you got to put on a mask or we can't serve you,
Gone.
I guarantee you Gutierrez is not setting policy for Starbucks.
That's right.
This one guy isn't going like, you know what? I'm going to start imposing my views on here. I'm going to put my CDs on this rack and I'm going to sell my shit at Starbucks. I'm going to tell everyone what to do. No, this is a guy who's just working at a Starbucks who was like,
Keeping his dreams to himself.
someone came down to him and said, hey, if people walk in without a mask,
you got to tell them
to wear a mask.
And he was probably like, really? I got to confront people.
And that's how dumb Amber Gillies is, to put all of her anger and direct it at the guy who's just passing down. Go get mad at Starbucks.
So here's the
don't yell at this guy.
Amber to me seems like the person who would return a drink because the whipped cream had, quote, fallen.
Yeah, or get mad at Applebee's because they don't have, get mad at her waitress at Applebee's or waiter at Applebee's
because they're out of something.
Because they're out of something, or they don't have enough options on the menu that have meat in them or something. It's like, this person is not setting the rule. This person is not setting the menu.
Wait till you hear the medical exemption, because it's fantastic. Okay. She went on to describe the symptoms that prevent her from wearing a mask, saying, one of them, I get shortness of breath, dizziness, and it messes with the heartbeat.
Whoa.
Slow down with the medical jargon.
It messes with the heartbeat.
It's extraordinarily clinical for our dumb
I don't
ears.
understand what she's talking about.
And I do have asthma as well, and I also get mask acne. She sounds like Spalding in Caddyshack. And I'll have a cheeseburger and a hamburger. You'll get nothing like it.
That's it. Mask acne.
So
maskne.
So there's several things going on, and not only that, but it doesn't even work. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Jeez. So she gets dizzy, she gets shortened of breath. You get a better mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do work.
They do work because scientists say they work.
And I'm going to say they know more than you, Amber, you dummy.
Right.
Because you're a dummy.
She provided KGTV with 2 documents to prove her medical exemption. One is a pelvic exam from 2015 with the results that say probable exophytic fibroid arising from the anterior wall of the uterus measuring 2.9 centimeters in size. Simple 2.5 left ovarian cyst. Wait, how does a cyst on your ovary affect your ability to breathe? I'm asking you. Maybe it does, but I don't.
Someone who's like, if I just hold up papers that say medical things on them, no one's going to even read them. Look, you dove into this pool.
Yep.
Now you're going to
find out how little water is in the pool that you just dove into.
You opened it up.
Look, I'm sorry that you have an ovarian cyst. I am. That sucks. Yes. All right.
But an ovarian cyst doesn't give you shortness of breath.
It's like saying, all right, I got a lump on my balls, so I can use the N-word, right?
No, you cannot,
dummy. This is not something to do with like breathing or asthma. Again, if you have serious medical conditions, Amber, I would say don't go out.
Yeah.
Don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
A second piece of paper.
Starbucks, by the way, isn't the grocery store to get essentials.
Okay.
You're at Starbucks.
A second piece of paper, ready for this, Jay, is a handwritten note on letterhead from a San Diego chiropractor who she asked not to be named. Handwritten note from a San Diego chiropractor. Who's her chiropractor? Little Juan Epstein?
Her chiropractor is, well, when you think about breathing,
well, you can't.
The first medical doctor you think about is a chiropractor.
You can't get less official than a handwritten note from an unnamed San Diego chiropractor.
I guarantee you, I say check the handwriting. She stole a piece of letterhead from her chiropractor and she wrote her own notes.
Jay, that'd be like your daughter, 6-year-old, drawing a picture of a jellyfish and Jay presenting it as proof that he doesn't have to wear a mask at Costco.
Yeah.
Unnamed.
Look at this.
Look at this jellyfish. Okay, I don't have to breathe through a mask. The handwritten note reads, Amber has underlying breath conditions that prevent her from wearing a mask of any type or facial covering whatsoever. Please contact me if have any questions.
So
if have any questions.
And also, if you are a chiropractor, like, of course this person doesn't want her name to be known. Like, your chiropractor doesn't get to say whether you have breathing problems.
By the way, he called it a breath condition. What is she? I don't know. What is a breath condition? All right. Did the chiropractor mean
very breathy?
Breathing condition? I don't know what a breath condition is. At any rate, neither of these notes would exempt anyone from not wearing a mask.
We know chiropractors. Our friend David Wallace is a successful.
He's fantastic. He helped out my back. There's a guy here who helped me out, Dr. Kim, who was fantastic. They're great. Call me if you have any questions. I cannot discuss her breath situation with anyone, not even her.
Right.
When Gillies was asked why the chiropractor gave the note, a breathing-related medical exemption, she responded, because they are dedicated to providing non-invasive personalized care and treatment. They are real doctors. She's just reading that now. She is just reading that.
This is another argument that you're not going to win.
She's losing left and right, Amber.
You walked into a poker game and you don't know how to play poker.
They are dedicated to providing non-invasive personal care. Even the person who writes the promotional copy for the chiropractic office is like, shut up.
Shut up.
You got to stop. That sounds like bullshit, Amber.
Please, dear God, stop.
When asked if she has an apology or a message to the public, Gilly said, no, absolutely not. I feel like I need the apology. I've been discriminated against and I'm the one who's sick. Sorry about your breath condition. You have not been discriminated against.
Hey, you know who's $100,000 richer who could probably buy your chiropractor's office two or three times over? Yeah. Lennon Gutierrez.
Gilly said she's spoken to a few lawyers about taking her case for getting half the money, but they said they're all expensive, so she started her own GoFundMe to raise money. I wonder if she'll be able to raise enough money to pay her friend to write another fake chiropractor note.
She shouldn't do a GoFundMe. She should do a Go Fuck Me.
That's right. Amber, you lost on every level. You lost in the court of public opinion.
You're lost at when in getting to wear your mask and get your Starbucks.
You're getting mercilessly roasted by us and everyone else. And I'm going to go ahead and say that you are never welcome back in your neighborhood Starbucks ever again.
You're a punk.
You lost, Amber.
You got owned, bitch.
Maybe you can find a new one on Angie's List. All right, that's our show for the day. Thanks so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Have a great weekend. Punch a water faucet. Wash those hands. Wear a mask. This isn't a hoax. Stay connected. Stay protected. Don't be infected.
We'll keep bringing the jokes as long as you know this isn't a hoax.
We'll see you next Monday.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.